that whole tour cycle was really, I wouldn't say it was fumbled, but the fact that we went and did the Metallica Stadium tour in the middle of all that really just kind of threw us out of our sort of groove. you know, we had this a bunch of plans, and we kind of were like, okay, we're going to go to Europe first, then we're going to come over to the States and do this whole thing, and then we got the call from Metallica, and at first it was we weren't sure if we were going to do that, and then we thought about it for a while, and we said, no, we're going to go do this. We're going to do the Metallica thing, and then we're going to come back to our regularly scheduled programming and get back on tour. And at some point it was just too much for the voice, too much. And it was actually, a lot of it was the Metallica tour getting, doing 1 hour sets, even though it wasn't very long. It was a very strenuous, no ballads, straight to the point, no, time for guitar solos. And it really took a toll on me. And, we just weren't ever really able to go pick it back up again. You kind of got to look at this as a long game sort of thing. And we didn't. We kind of were we thought we could kind of just bulldoze our way through. And so by the end of it, we were pretty beat up and we were kind of over it, And so we did take a very long break. And it was also, the time in our lives where, we're at the age now where most people kind of blink and wake up one morning and you look back and you go, whoa, where did it all go? And you start trying to reevaluate and put different priorities in place. And whether that's family, whether that's leisure, whether it's doing other things, and kind of all those things snowballed into this sort of thing that we have now, which is, come back when you're ready, come back when you're energized, come back when you have something to say, but don't worry about being in the grind of the rock and roll kind of thing. So all that sort of happened. And yeah, the stage, we didn't really ever get to do the American tour the way we wanted to. So it's kind of one of those things we left on the field, unfortunately, but now we're picking it back up and hopefully we can tap into some of that stuff coming up here.
The shows that you did get to do, those indoor arena shows, were fantastic, although they were probably the longest performances I've ever seen you guys do. And I've been going to see you since you were, a little baby band. That was a pretty long night, I think.
Yeah. Everything was, those are long songs. We've always had long songs. And then you want to, make sure you get enough new stuff in and you want to play the old stuff. And it's, one of those things where, you throw in a little piece of heaven and it's 9 minutes, and you throw in Buried Alive and it's 7 minutes, and you throw in, people want to hear Save Me and that's 11 minutes, and they want to hear Exist and that's 15. It's like, it gets really hard because, you're really picking and choosing those battles, and we may have bit off a little more than we could chew, or we didn't space it out correctly. But those shows actually were easier for me than the Metallica show.